Look, it's going to be a flat pod.
Yes,
It's off to a flat start.
I enjoyed that.
I'm not sure we're breaking records today, but we're here.
Oh, the code word for the competition to win the match-worn Guernseys will be later in the pod as well. But we'll start with this or that.
Yep.
You've done your research like normal, all over it. Yep. you just love when Harry's organised, don't we? Like, just sets a tone for the podcast. So
Well, how am I not
fire away.
organised?
No, exactly. Far away.
Why did these dry up? Because there's just been
that's a great
there's
question.
been a committee.
If the committee is
Carlton.
listening, you've left me high and dry.
Well, it is your project.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a shared project as well.
Yeah, okay.
So, if the committee is listening, a few more, an updated document would be good, please.
Success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan. That's what they say.
I've never heard that before.
Yes.
Can you repeat that?
And can you explain it as well?
Success has many fathers, so a lot of people want to jump on when everything's going
True.
well. Like, oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
But then if it's a failure, just I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Mate.
I love that.
I wasn't involved.
Yeah, that's
I've never heard that before, but
It's a good
Oh.
one.
Anyway, we'll move on. So this or that this week.
Grinchy mood.
Oh, sorry, mate. This or that. Kaylee Mackay or McKay, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Caeli.
Oh, C.
Say it again.
Hang on. Caeli.
What?
Yeah. Caeli.
Wow. Yeah.
Kaylee.
Jeez.
Oh, and our last name is in Mackay.
And then Mackay. Okay.
Yep, so this is Olympic based.
Isn't
Is Kaylee a Canadian diver who came fourth in the women's platform, or an Irish rower who failed to qualify for the final of the women's lightweight double sculls?
Oh. That's a good one.
There's no offence to Kaylee, by the way.
Of course not.
No, we-
No.
great
We
work,
can't know
but-
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
I'm going to go to the rower.
I'm going the Irish rower too because they have some funky names. The Irish.
You are both incorrect.
Damn
Oh,
it!
my God.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's a rough week.
Well, you guys both got it wrong last week as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh well. Things obviously were grim over the weekend for both of you, and then I have some breaking news that has just come hot off the presses. So I got a call from Channel 7 chief footy reporter Mitch Cleary, and he just
Your
said,
mate,
Did you
isn't it?
actually?
yeah, I did just like 10 minutes ago.
So you know him.
I've met him a couple of times. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Okay.
And the best among the best newsbreakers in the business. I don't want to offend anyone, but he told me, mate, we saw Harry going in for scans, which we'll touch on soon, and then he's come out and our cameras have caught him walk up to his car. There's a parking fine. He's ripped it off.
Yeah.
He's got in the car in a huff and he's driven away. And the footage is going to be on 7 tonight. Just thought you'd want to know.
Yeah,
can you confirm or deny?
Of you getting the parking.
Of you getting a
Yeah.
parking
Well, I was
fine?
actually correct. It's true. But luckily, actually, half the time if I ever get a parking fine, I just leave it on the car and just
Yeah.
drive off. And hopefully, if it's still there when I stop, then I'll grab it. But so yeah, actually, luckily I actually took it off. But yeah, I wasn't. I didn't realize the camera was there.
It's pretty stiff.
Yeah. And then I got in the car. I was like, wait, that would have just seen me getting a parking fine.
Yeah.
That looks a bit funny.
Well, when we come in here, Ben, you're often paying, aren't you? You're
I go through phases.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been really good recently. So, yeah, but I feel like Harry gets them more consistently.
well, Harry's.
I didn't get that many.
You're a
Yeah.
dice roller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't actually realise it. I was running a bit late as well to the scan. So
Yeah.
Where would you park? Like a no standing zone?
no, it was like a paid park on the street.
Just didn't pay.
Yeah.
Didn't pay.
Yeah.
Well, we've had this conversation last time. Harry doesn't pay when we come in to film or record the podcast, do you?
No, not once.
Not once.
No,
You're a
so
dice roller.
So it's, yeah,
I've
exactly.
never got a
Your own
parking
fault.
fine
Yeah.
on that street.
Not
out
here.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have that, haven't you, Rolly?
I have, yeah, but during the
Yeah.
day. But anyway, you have to be pretty sharp on it. And it compounds what's been a pretty miserable weekend for you and your Blues, Harry.
Yeah.
So obviously we'll get to the injury shortly, but just a disastrous game against Hawthorn. The injury toll mounting up at the club.
Yeah.
Just one of those days.
Yeah, it was a pretty ordinary day all around, Rollo. I think obviously there's one element of the few soldiers went down, and yeah, that's never ideal, and you never like seeing that in any game. But yeah, then there's also the fact that we, as a footy club, we didn't, as a team, play the way we wanted to, especially the first half when the majority of the list was healthy, and yeah, so that was really disappointing and not good enough. But yeah, and then for it to kind of excuse me, have the second half as well, where a lot of players kind of went down. It's a bit of a lose-lose. So yeah, tough week, no doubt. No doubt everyone's gutted after the game, but bit to work through the next few days. But yeah, and still a really awesome opportunity in front of us. So it's just such a strange year, and there's so many ups and downs. But yeah, we've still got a really good opportunity in front of us. Two games to go, and yeah, anything can happen. So
yeah,
is it kind of have to look at it half full?
Is it hard to kind of like forget where you were, and then try and just mentally reset and say, okay, we have the opportunity here. If we win both games, we're likely going to make the finals. Just trying to literally reset and just look at where you are currently. And is it deflating knowing that the opportunity was better 4 weeks ago?
It's a tough one. I dare say we'll have our reviews over the next couple of days, but I dare say that's where the angle will take around, obviously not good enough, but we're still presented with a really good opportunity that, if you said at the start of the year, you're a chance to play in September with a couple of games left, like you're going to be excited at that opportunity. Yeah. So definitely a couple of things we have to tidy up for sure, but we're not in the industry of looking backwards too much, Rollo. It's very much what's next and stepping into what's to come. Because I think every team could probably, you take moments where you're like, oh, we were sitting here on the ladder, or we would have that opportunity. This went wrong, that went right. Like you can go down that rabbit hole pretty quickly. But I know we're definitely looking forward, and yes, as I said, it's still a pretty good opportunity ahead of us. So yeah, and then once you're in there, anything can happen. So yeah,
for sure. Jared wanted to contribute something. He's a Blues fan from the Central Coast.
G'day guys, Jared here from the Central Coast. My question's for Harry. Hard loss on the weekend, mate. From a Carlton fan, win together, lose together. We're always behind ya. Just want to know though, how did the dressing room feel after the loss? Pretty gutted, I'm sure, but hopefully we bounce back.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, as I said before, everyone was gutted. It was very, very somber. Anytime after a loss, it's never super upbeat as it been after loss in the rooms. But yesterday was particularly airy and pretty flat. So as you can imagine, obviously a really disappointing day. So, but that's footy, and we get a chance to come together as a group and still really get out the next couple of weeks. But yeah, as I said, disappointing day all round, and we'll take what we need to from it, and then set our sights on West Coast this week.
Of course, West Coast over there Sunday afternoon. So 7-day break.
Yeah, 7-day break's nice. Yep. So
bit of travel, bit of galvanising travel for the group.
Yeah, sometimes those interstate trips are the best thing. Yeah, bit of time together, get away. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And we should mention the injury. So you've had scans, and at this stage, what do you know?
Yeah, as you said, went for a scan. What was it today? Well,
Monday when this comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, still a bit to play out. I'm feeling not too bad, so we'll work through what the next couple of days look like. But fingers crossed for the weekend. So, but yeah, as you said, there was anything that could have gone wrong kind of went wrong yesterday.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of boys that unfortunately are a bit sore. So, but that's footy, and that's this time of year.
So did you guys play one short? Or how many injuries did you have?
Well, there's 6 out of the game.
Yeah,
officially.
There's a few boys that were limping around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just to kind of so that we had someone. Yeah. But it definitely takes a toll. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Hats off to Hawthorn. They were fantastic and as good as we've played, I reckon.
That's what I wanted to get to. So this year, the Hawthorn steam train is just absolutely barreling through to September. Is there, as you just said, is that the benchmark you think? Is that the best side you've faced in the last?
Yeah, it's always tricky when, like, especially if you don't play the way you want to as a team. But no, as I said, hats off to them. They were very impressive, and I think like a young team like that with confidence, and when we allowed them to play their style, they looked $1 million. So full credit to them. I thought they were really good, and far too good for us on the day.
Are they lippy? They look lippy.
Oh, not that I heard, but potentially. I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Maybe at the other end of the ground.
Maybe, yeah. But I think, when you're having a good day, it's probably fair. So,
And then Ben. I mean, it was just a different style of loss, but my God, how frustrating that must have been on Saturday night.
Yeah, it hurts. Sort of thinking about it again. It was, another one of those close games. I think, it's not realistic and sustainable to keep putting ourselves in these tight games. Like, I think 3 out of our last 4 games have been decided by a point or 2 points or 3 points. The Adelaide game, Freo, and then obviously this one on the weekend. So, yeah, I think it was pretty even across the first 3 quarters, I felt. Both had moments, both had down periods across the night. But, yeah, our fourth quarter was pretty good, to be honest. We able to generate over 10 shots on goal. I think we kicked 9 goals, 1 or something. Oh, so 1 goal, 9.
1-9, yeah.
Which is disappointing. And they kicked 2 straight from their 2 scoring shots. So, there's an element of frustration that we let it get to, the last 2 minutes because we didn't put the game away when we felt like we had opportunity. But I think to your point earlier, you just got to play the new situation. We found ourselves in that situation, so we got to play that new situation. We weren't able to, do what's required late in the game. Probably structurally, we found it wasn't too bad. We wouldn't change a heap. It was more just attention to detail things probably in the last little period that let us down. Obviously, McAndrew took a pretty critical mark and was good enough to go back and kick it. So there's an element you got to tip your hat and say well done. But we've probably felt like there was certain things we could have changed in the last 30 seconds to 2 minutes. But yeah, it was probably the flattest environment post game that I've experienced in terms of letting another opportunity slip. That it was probably on us. It was our mistakes. We felt that let the game slip. So yeah, it was pretty hard to comprehend after another tight game. And then we obviously we said 2 weeks ago, a week is a long time in footy, and it's proven to be true again on the wrong side of it. So yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It's pretty disappointing, but we've got still 2 games to go, and anything's possible. We're still technically eligible to qualify, so you do have to move on fairly quickly. We've got a 6-day break, so we play Sydney on Friday night, which is sometimes the best thing after a heartbreaking loss is to get back on the horse and get after it again. So heartbreaking, and I can assume the supporters are feeling like that as well. But it's a unique situation where our season is still alive, so we've got to use that disappointment and frustration and channel it into the right way, which is about our preparation in the next few days.
Yeah, tough run home. Sydney at Marvel on Friday night, then travelling to the Gabba. But this season is just so wild. Nothing would surprise anyone at this point. So.
Yeah, and that's we spoke about it earlier. You do get sucked into the ifs, buts, and maybes about the other teams around you, but ultimately we've got to take care of our own business, and we haven't done that consistently enough the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. So I think that's for the external people to talk about as much as you do get caught up a little bit in the whole ladder thing. It means nothing if we're not taking care of our business. So that shines above everything else.
Goals after the siren games. I'm aware of a few that you've been in, Harry. How many through your...
I think it should be the first one. I would have
first,
thought.
including junior career, and can you recall one?
Yeah, no, not that I can remember.
Yeah,
I think they're obviously pretty rare. So
yeah.
To Mac's credit, he's still got to kick it. So yeah, it's certainly well done to him and his composure in that moment, albeit it's heartbreaking on our side. But I think that was the first one I've been a part of, unfortunately. So yeah.
What's that like as a player? I mean, Harry, you've been off the top of my head. You've got. Were you playing for the Robbie Gray one?
Yeah.
And then there was the Jack Nunes one.
Newsy.
And then you had, of course, Mitch McGovern recently. My God.
I wonder what the odds or the percentage of genuine kickable opportunities, how many go through post-siren after the game.
Has there been more this year than most years?
There's a Wikipedia page that actually covers it off pretty comprehensively.
Really? With the percentage of it'd be fascinating to know.
I think there's been 4 or 5 this year alone, I reckon.
Yeah.
Logan McDonald's had a couple.
Oh, that's right.
He's had one.
Well, he's had one. He had a late opportunity the next week against the Saints. But Yeah. Is that the most bizarre feeling in footy when it's just
It is.
completely out of your hands?
Especially because in our situation, we felt like we were neutralising contests. We knew there was 30 seconds left. We were able to to defend a few balls before that and hold up. So yeah, I think immediately after it happens, you just you're praying. It's like hopefully you miss it. That's literally all you can do. So yeah, it looked like it was going to nick the post and then it faded back. So I think the Essendon supporters got up because it looked like it was going to hit the post and then it faded in. So yeah, I mean you said you were calling for Triple M, so it was
MJ, do we have that?
Yeah, we would like to get that actually.
And any of Rollo's commentary would be great, please.
I did call the Mac Andrew goal.
We might have to get that. Not that I want to really.
I mean,
I'd do it just to hear you do it. But
we were speaking to Sam Collins in the rooms after the game, and he said as soon as Mac Andrews taken the mark, the whole Suns playing group were pretty relaxed. Not relaxed, but they're like, no, we've got the ball in good hands here. So.
There you go.
Yeah, but just gut wrenching. I mean, you're to be in front most of the night.
It felt like most of the night.
And then
phases
to pepper the goals, 1-9 in that last. And Jake Gresham's kicked a goal. The whole stadium thought it was a goal, and free kick got called back. Just one of the tough losses. But as you said, Sydney on Friday night. If you can knock that off, suddenly hopes look much more.
Yeah, obviously we're going to have to depend on other results, but ultimately we got to take care of our own business. So
yeah.
Couldn't be more simple than that now.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
On the rundown here, I mean, is there any other topics that you would like to discuss? Was there anything that caught your attention over the weekend? A crazy round.
Watch footy this round.
You avoided it?
Yeah, I didn't watch any at all, really.
Is that typical for you, or is that unusual?
No, it's not too dissimilar. It just depends on the week a little bit, and
yeah,
I think if you're playing on the Sunday slot, you don't want to watch too much footy in the build up. So. Sorry, Ben, I didn't watch any of your game, but
it's all right. We lost by a point.
Ben's just signed the bottom of his run sheet there with a 32.
I always do that.
So we've seen an unbelievable amount of games that have been won by a team that was trailing at 3/4 time. That same game, I think there were 6 over the weekend, which, I mean, I don't have the stats in front of you, but I assume it's a record. Does it feel like this season is... Obviously, the latter speaks for itself, but does it feel like every team is a chance at any given time in any given game to you guys when you're out there?
Yeah, I think the latter it's obviously there, and externally that's how people judge you. But internally, it's never been more irrelevant. I think that's probably the best way to.
Well, it's it's literally the most even comp. So I think every team with momentum and in modern day scoring, you're always a chance. So, it's not necessarily surprising that lots of teams kind of can make up a deficit in the last quarter. So, again, don't know whether this is more than most, but it's certainly, we've been in those spots a couple of times where you're down at 3/4 time, but then find a way to run over the top. I know definitely there's always belief amongst our group that we can come back from margins, and clearly it's the same in some other teams as well. Yeah, it's good for footy though, isn't it, I guess?
Oh, it's great for footy. Yep. Unbelievable round. Mood change we have here on MJ's rundown, which I think is fitting. It's a deflating.
It's on here.
It's a deflating start. So Maddy from Epping wanted to ask something to get us talking.
Hey Ben and Harry.
Yes.
Maddy from Epping once again. Ben, it was so nice meeting you and having a chat with you
Beno.
in the rooms before the game Saturday night. Sorry I didn't leave yours and Harry's bracelets I made you. I will give them to you next time. My question is, what character from a movie would you like to play, and from which movie? Harry, great goal last week, but Ben, you're still my favourite, and go Bombers!
Love that.
Yes, Maddy.
That's almost question of the year. I reckon.
That's
I do.
outstanding.
Shout out to Maddy and her mum. Were in the rooms post game. They had a little sign. It was really cute. So I went over and had a little chat before we ran out. So
that's great.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It's nice.
They mentioned they had some wristbands, and I said, just pass it to a staff member or something because we were about to run out.
I can't take them. Sorry, Maddy.
But we'll try and get that organised. Thank you, Maddy, for your question and for being in the rooms and your support. We appreciate it.
Well done, mate. That's beautiful. To answer her question, I reckon
question.
you would be the Grinch. So
Yeah, no.
off the movie The Grinch.
Actually, I went to the
Oh, from the Grinch. Yeah.
Have you heard of it, The Grinch?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right.
know it. Yeah.
Taylor and I went to the movies last night actually just to unwind a bit and
What'd you say?
We saw the Wolverine Deadpool.
Deadpool
movie.
Wolverine. What did you
Oh,
think?
well, someone here's been to a premiere
Yeah,
of that.
true.
That's true.
It wasn't
Yeah.
as good as what you
Did I
probably saw.
go?
It.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I went
gone to that many of them you don't even remember.
I know I saw it in the cinemas. Yeah.
It was a little bit confusing, but
Oh, the plot. You
the
just
plot
gotta
was
ignore it.
How can it be
agreed.
confusing? It's just
You'd have to see it. Yeah, it's too hard to explain.
just the Wolverine
but
against
Oh
the
no,
world,
it's
isn't
pretty.
it?
It's pretty.
it sounds simple.
simple.
It sounds
timelines
simple.
and
Yeah, correct.
multiverse.
Good
and-
versus evil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially. But Deadpool ability to not be able to die is pretty cool. So maybe that. I don't know.
It's pretty handy.
That's pretty handy.
I mean, he's pretty misfigured and he's a bit gross.
But pretty cool to be.
Jeff's made a great point.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
was
I think he's literally like dying.
Yeah, well, true. That's a good
Wait,
point.
what?
Yeah. Wolverine can't die either, so he's
No, maybe it's Wolverine.
a bit more ripped.
But he is dying.
Yeah.
Deadpool can't die, but he's dying.
kind of
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway,
See
that
where
was,
the
that was
confusion
timely.
lies. What movie
Sorry?
characters would we like to be?
Drew with Taylor.
Maybe not. What else?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man would be
those.
sick. Imagine just flying around.
Is there actually this? Do you reckon?
Yeah, that would be
But if
pretty
he,
cool.
if he didn't have the suit, he's got no power. Hey?
Yeah.
Does he?
Spider-Man, he shoots the webs and
Yeah, but you can't do that without the suit on.
I mean, it depends on the Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's was
So I reckon any time if you have to have a suit on, and it's not like a real.
Wow, that's
he can
rules
still
out,
he
rules
can,
out 90% of movies then.
he can climb up walls and
Can he?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, with the suit on.
Spider-Man, you think? Yeah.
Is that
I know,
only with the suit?
Yeah, he's just like a normal bloke.
Jeez, now I'm getting my Spider-Man lore mixed.
You know? You can't just practice Spider-Man without wearing the suit.
I don't know.
Then anyone can wear the suit. And
That's what I mean. That's why he's not a real superhero. But he got bitten by the
Wow.
spider.
Jeez, how's Grinch over here?
and that's exactly why we call him Grinch.
Grinch who stole Christmas.
Maddie had a great question, and you just sabotaged it.
I personally just said anyone that has to wear a suit to be a magic.
Well, what's your answer?
power.
You still haven't given us an answer yet. Dead air. We don't like dead air.
No.
No.
Spider-Man's good.
Full
Nah.
circle.
I don't know. Maybe I said the Grinch. The Grinch should
Yeah.
be fun.
Nice.
Right.
Twinners.
Oh, even MJ's a bit slow.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a tree.
and losers.
Mandarins. I just love him. I'm mandarins at the moment.
To be fair, I actually had a mandarin yesterday, and it was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you owe me an apology.
No, I'm not saying that's my twin, but I just
Just Ben put mandarins on the radar for
yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, I still knew
Say
about
thank you.
mandarins.
No,
No,
it's
he,
fine.
he knew about mandarin.
Ben didn't just invent mandarins for me. It's not like I hadn't heard of them and Ben said mandarins. Have you got much of a twinner?
Yeah, I got a twin. I was going to say Olympic themed. LeBron James winning the MVP at.
Oh,
was
did he?
He won the
I
MVP
missed
for
that.
basketball.
Steph Curry, Steph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what I thought.
Steph's last two games was really sharp, but yeah, LeBron got the overall MVP.
Yeah.
For men's at what is he 39 or something,
Yeah.
which is hard to fathom. So that was my little twinner that he's still going as strong as ever. So did you watch much of the final?
No, I
No.
basketball wasn't really on my radar
really?
this Olympics. I kind of missed a lot of it. I watched a bit of the Boomers, but
Yeah.
yeah, but Curry caught fire in the final.
and it was
from
the
what I
first time ever that both the female and male teams were versing against each other. So it was both USA versus France in the men's and
That's right,
female.
yeah.
So nice bit of history there.
heard. How's
so
the US women's team? They haven't lost a game since 1992
Unbelievable.
Is that right?
at the Olympics. It's like 63 straight or something.
And they won by a point in
Yeah.
the final gold medal match.
And that gold medal clinched top spot on the medal tally for the
Yeah, it was
US.
40
so,
all.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Crazy.
amazing.
But does that count? It's even technically, isn't it? Because
So then
they
you
got
go
40.
to the silvers, don't
Then
you?
it goes to silvers, so the US got
And they
up.
won what? How many medals did they win all up?
126 or
that's
something. Just heaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine 2028. They'll be the home Olympics.
Yeah.
That'll
Oh
be-
my God. They'll win everything.
Yeah,
No point even rocking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did well. But the so apparently for the 2028 Olympics, so SoFi Stadium, which is the NFL stadium.
Yeah.
Been there, yep.
The first. Yeah.
I've been there. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
know.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not questioning that.
Now the listeners know that I've been to SoFi Stadium.
He's just placing it.
See,
Yeah.
This is why you're the Grinch.
But we know you've been there because you've
The
rambled on about
listeners
it before.
don't, mate. That's why we do a
Well,
podcast.
you actually have said on here multiple times you've been.
I don't think I've ever said it on
Yes, you
air.
have. It was your twinner 10 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Why were you there? I actually don't remember.
I was
Just
watching
a
an NFL
Rams
game.
Rams game.
Yeah, it was
Did the
a
Rams play that?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the first week of the Olympics, that's the track, that's the track and field
Oh, is it?
stadium.
Wow.
And then the second half of the Olympics, they transformed that into the swimming arena.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
swimming at SoFi?
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
I think you might be right because I've heard they're doing the opposite way around. So Aths is normally second week, but they're going
Yeah.
to flip it. So you might be right.
Gee, so our medal tally will be grim
Grim
at
and
the
then
halfway
come home
point.
with
And then we start
Steam
swimming.
home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, my twinner didn't have a heat this week. Bit of a grim week, but
That was a good one, though. I just
yeah, I can
if you want
to
to twin.
I was going to twin it, but also my prepared one was just started rewatching Squid Games, and I realised
yeah.
that season 2's out in December.
Yeah,
So that's
I
cool.
heard that.
I didn't realise that was out. So
Yeah. It's a good show. I should start that
it's
again.
good second time round.
It's
so.
pretty scary.
Yeah, it is.
pretty full
Speaking
on.
of grim,
pretty full on.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
My loser, I'm sure you guys have noticed, but on Instagram, they've gotten rid of the timestamp on when you post something. It's really infuriating.
I've noticed that a couple
Yeah,
times.
that's
Didn't
really
notice.
infuriating. So has no context of when you post it, or
Yeah.
so that was doing my head in. I'm glad you'd realise it as well, Roller. Yeah,
Yeah. Just one for Zuckerberg.
yeah. Come on, Zuck,
Sort it.
sort it out. Did you notice that, Harry, or not?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay.
No.
Again,
I actually don't really have. Can't really think of a loser. The whole week's just been a
You're
bit of a loser.
You're so flat, and I don't blame you.
What about? Can you help us out here, Rob?
Well,
I did technically have two winners. So.
Is Raygun? Is Rachel Raygun Gunn? Is she a twinner
actually
or a
like
loser?
her. I don't mind
I'm in the same camp.
you followed her. This is
Yeah, I
breaking
followed
news.
it. I'm just.
I looked on her Instagram page and I saw
Maybe
Will
sorry.
Rolfson.
My loser can be the sport of breaking in the Olympics.
It's not their fault though. Like they don't decide whether they get put into the Olympics in terms of their sport.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they love.
There's a theory that they wanted to include ballroom dancing into the Olympics, and they were like, "No, it needs to be something modern." And so they met them halfway, and breakdancing got put in. But
Boring would only be cool, eh?
yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
I
But
can
why do they
understand.
feel like they have to add new sports to be like in all seriousness? Like,
Trying to modernise,
does it need to be modernised? It's such a big thing.
yeah. But then if they didn't add new sports, like water polo wouldn't have been in. Like new sports get added and,
Over time. Okay.
and then over time they build a
well,
culture.
lacrosse is going to be in the 28
yeah,
games.
right.
So
Cricket is another one that
is it?
yeah at LA, which is bizarre. I don't know why LA, but yeah, the
Yeah.
introduction of cricket. Hopefully India can win a gold because they didn't this time around.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Ray Gunn is misunderstood. I think she's actually
Do you think it was all planned and now she's like public figure, done really well?
yeah. It could go either way for her. She
But
could,
if you ask her why or how do you know Ray Gun, like what would you say? It's probably more negative connotation, isn't it? But,
yeah. I think the average person was embarrassed by her. I think it's fair to say.
Do you reckon?
But this could go either way. She could be embarrassed and just hide away, or she can just own it and become.
Seems like she's owned it.
Yeah.
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 But she had a crack on the
She
biggest
had a crack.
stage.
Well, you followed it.
Did
Will,
she
so
win?
you
I didn't
know,
even
so,
know.
like-
Did she?
No, she didn't get a point.
0 points.
0 points.
Out of how many points?
Like heaps. Like in 3 sets or something.
Right.
It's
She did
like
3 sets.
it's like losing 6-love, 6-love, 6-love.
So it's like a tennis.
It was a head-to-head.
Score.
It was a one-on-one break battle.
So you go, I go, you go, I
Yeah,
go. Right,
yeah.
Okay.
So the kangaroo didn't get any points.
Did she break out the same moves like in a second round or a second
No,
phase of it? So
she-
you have to do something different every.
She mixed it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Then she did a bit of stuff on the ground and she rolling around. Ray Gunn killed it.
It was all happening.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
No, good. I'm all for it.
I'm all in on Ray Gunn.
Why do they call her Ray Gun?
Rachel Gunn.
No, that's why.
Competition time. If you want to win the match worn Guernseys from round 13, which feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Code word. You got to listen to the full podcast to hear the code word, which is coming up now. You visit the link in the podcast description, fill out the details, enter as many times as you like. Who wants
This
to
week,
Given Harry's been the Grinch, I'll say it.
right, John.
The code word is.
Why do you reckon that would be a code word?
Question time.
Wait, just before, actually, this could be maybe Ben's loser, but we do have the audio of Rollo's
Oh, really?
match winner call.
I haven't heard it.
High kick inside 50. A pack's going to fly. Mac Andrew takes the mark.
Jesus.
And he may well have a shot after the siren. He's 30 metres out, directly in front as the siren rings around Marvel. The Bomber fans find their voice. The boos echo around Marvel Stadium. For the first away win of 2024, Mac Andrew comes in and he's kicked it. He runs to the Bombers. He shushes them. It's another goal after the siren for the Suns.
Oh, my God.
Not bad.
That's all right.
Oh, thank you. That's all right.
Actually, it was actually pretty good. Yeah. I like your enthusiasm.
Do you reckon, so just a point, so it seems to be, have you heard Nathan Brown commentate? Like his voice goes a bit different.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you put on
That's
like
a
a
great
different
call.
voice?
That's a great call.
It's hard to monitor. People tell me that, it kind of changes, but you
It's like
try.
how you're
yeah.
speaking now.
What do you
it's
mean
like,
change?
Like I reckon you have
different
to you
tones
put a
and-
bit different tone on it. Do you reckon you have to when you're commentating?
You sort of have to, though,
Yeah.
because you've got to be more up and
Yeah,
about and-
you're louder than you would
Yeah.
normally be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like it's a different.
No,
like,
for
to-
sure.
To what
It's
we're
actually
speaking now.
certainly an art.
It'd be interesting to hear if you guys had to do it, what kind of voice you put on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a challenge we can do
That'd be fun.
later on.
We should put some
I don't
footage
mind
up.
that. Maybe next week we can do that.
Get you to do the Mac Andrew goal.
Yeah. He marked it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Nice.
Nice, mate.
Question time. We'll go back to Beck, which is Henry's mum, and we'll see what she says.
Hey, Ben and Harry, it's Beck, Henry's mum. I'm at the MCG. It's the fourth quarter. The score is not nice. It's a question for both Ben and Harry. How do you keep going when it just feels like you can't get anywhere on the footy field? The supporters, we're still happy, but how do you guys keep your momentum going and not just give up? Cheers. Go Baggers. There's still 2 rounds left.
It's a good question.
Yeah, good
I'm often
positivity.
wondering that when it's like when the game is clearly over, how hard is it to just keep fronting up and going 100% at each contest?
Oh, you probably nearly need to. I reckon it's easy. It's harder the other way, maybe. Do you reckon? If you're like 70 points up and it's party time, I reckon then you're more inclined to take liberties versus like if you're.
You're probably trying harder when you're getting smacked, I
Yeah,
reckon. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like you want to try and make something still of the game or
Yeah.
still have something where you can, you know.
You
At
wanna
least
try-
it was a bad day, but like that 5-minute patch was,
Yeah.
that's kind of
You
vibe.
want to try and get as much back of it as possible, obviously without. Yeah, obviously, if it's 70-odd points, you're not going to win the game, but I think internally you still want to try and get something out of it. So, and it's a pride thing as well, and ultimately you don't really have a choice. You still got to give it your all, no matter what the scoreboard says. So, you certainly get sucked into the results, but yeah, I feel like you almost try harder when you're getting smashed because you want to right your wrongs a bit. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
really good question.
Yeah. Tough. From Rich.
G'day, Ben, Rollo and MJ. It's Rich from Richmond. Sorry, I can't stand anything Carlton, so I can't acknowledge
I don't mind that.
anything
Wait, what?
to do with Carlton. Glad you're playing for the
What did he say?
Bombers,
I didn't even
Ben.
hear him.
Even though they've been breaking my heart year after year for the last 20 years. My question is to you, Ben. When you left North Melbourne, did you leave the team WhatsApp chat with a mic drop, or do you get booted out first? Cheers, guys.
So just about, what did he say at the
So
start?
Rich says,
He
"G'day,
didn't want to acknowledge you because
Yeah.
you play for Carlton and he hates Carlton.
g'day Ben, Rollo, and MJ. I can't
MJ's
acknowledge.
through with that, by the way.
I can't acknowledge anything, Carlton. So I'm moving on.
Right, okay.
Wow, heavy start from Rich. I love it.
Didn't mind it though.
Do you reckon he lives in Richmond because his name's Rich?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was
Yeah.
came into his decision?
Well, he wouldn't live in Carlton. I know that.
His dream house isn't going. It doesn't go.
Great question
That's a
though.
really good question.
So you've obviously had the
Experience of it.
departure from a club.
Yeah.
Everyone's had removal of groups, I imagine, on WhatsApp and stuff. It's an awkward process.
Yeah, it is. I remember, I can't remember whether it was a couple of hours or the next day or whatever, but when my trade officially went through, you're sort of aware of the timings of things. So I'd already messaged and called some players when it unofficially decided that I was going to move.
It's happening. Yeah.
Yep. So I made that call to certain people or messaged them individually. And then when it officially went through, yeah, either I send the message or you inevitably get kicked out. So I thought I sent a nice message to the group saying it's
been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Wish you guys all the best going forward. Blah blah blah. And so I sent it and then removed myself the 5 seconds later. So I never saw the
best
response.
etiquette usually is like
Yeah.
someone, whenever it happens, someone says, "Hey boys," just even if someone gets delisted, it's often saying like, "Hey boys, thanks so much, love my time. We'll speak to everyone individually, or we'll see you, the next couple of days. But just want to say thank you," and then they just remove themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to remove yourself.
Sometimes there's been examples where like one of the older boys that's been delisted or something or retired just has been in there for a couple of months still, and you just forget that they're in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
But I think I handled that part of it pretty reasonably. So
Yeah.
I can't remember what Goldie did it. I think I was asking him about like, how did you do it? Because I obviously didn't see his message to the group because I'd already removed myself.
True.
And I think he said something similar. But yeah, it's fascinating. All those little things you don't even think about when you change clubs.
Yeah.
So it's a really good question.
What is your group message situation? Is there just one big playing group one? Do you have like a forward line one, Harry, or do you have like little sub ones?
Yeah, we've got little sub ones as well.
Line groups.
Yeah.
Heaps of different ones, yeah. Not heaps
it
of different
all-
ones, but there's a few different ones.
Is it logistical or is it like
Yeah. Oh,
Sometimes it's like anything. I mean, if we're organising a backs lunch or a meeting or something that's just with the back line, then our backs coach Ben will just send it into the group.
yeah?
So I suppose it is logistical. Yeah.
What if someone gets moved like out of the back line? Do you then kick them
Yeah,
out?
there's a bit of grey area in that. Like, there's been,
because some blokes, play, especially like the
Float a
mids,
bit.
they might
yeah,
be half forward that week, and then like
Yeah.
always chat around where they should be added to the group or not, and then if they move back.
Like is Nick Martin? Is he in the
he's in the backs group. Yeah,
backs group?
Yeah.
But then he'd be in the mids group as well.
that's a good point. Yeah,
He's just
Yeah.
cheating
He's
on
in-
groups.
that's true.
That's a good one. I'm
That's a good
interested in that.
question, Yeah.
Nice, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah, Cottrell. I've been asked. Is he what group?
Oh, he's in the forwards group.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's in the mids group.
Trotters.
and just like, oh mate, the mids. They're
Yeah.
Turn
No
on each
good.
other. Yeah.
they're the worst. From Zaly.
Hi Harry and Ben. Here is Zaly Baxter from Lynbrook. I got a question for you too. What is the worst food combination ever and why? And go Blues.
Apologies if I got your name wrong there.
Yeah,
Didn't
just-
quite catch it, but
So you had a crack.
had a crack. Worst food combos?
Something related to cheese. obviously.
Yes.
Oh, shock. Who would have thought that?
Cheese and anything.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
A bit of ASMR.
Yeah. I hope they put that in the final edit.
That was a really
He
good
won't
chat.
take it out. Yeah.
I hope they don't, for the listeners' sake.
I hope they don't. Exactly.
What?
Sorry.
What other bad combos are there?
I mean, you could come up with like some easy bad ones.
You don't like tomatoes, so it'll be something tomato related.
We've debunked that theory. I ate a
No.
tomato live on air.
He smashed that dry
Remember?
tomato.
It was dry.
You can eat a lot of things and not like them and pretend to like them.
I had the water afterwards because it was dry.
That's cheating.
It's just a dry tomato.
To quote Rollo, it's the wettest vegetable you can get.
That specific one was a little bit dry.
It was a dry one.
Anything
tough.
with cheese that I obviously don't like. So
Yeah. For me, it's anything. If you throw an olive into anything,
yeah,
it's just spoiled.
yeah, cheese and olive.
Bang. That's the worst
Yep.
combo.
Yeah, I'm not a huge olive fan. I could eat them, but
Yeah. Oh, people pop them like there's no tomorrow.
Taylor loves them.
Yeah.
She will eat them religiously.
Finally, from Noah.
A question for Ben and Harry. I just want to know who's been your favourite team to watch this year, apart from your own team, and go Bombers.
Favorite team. Do
Favorite team to watch.
no one.
you want to be political? Or
I don't know. Has there been a team that's particularly entertaining in your eyes, or it's a tough one? A current player to answer.
It's probably more players that you watch, I reckon, from other teams.
Yeah, that's a
that
good
you
one.
keep an eye on.
We'll pivot to that. Is there a player you've really enjoyed watching this year?
I don't know. Like for me, no.
And we'll pivot to what food do you like?
I like to keep an eye on the other key defenders. If I'm watching a game like, I don't know, Harris Andrews or Sam Collins that we played on the
Yeah.
weekend, whatever it is. You always keep a little eye out on what they're doing. So there's an example.
Do you have like an All-Australian Smokey that you have seen this year that you think he goes under the radar?
I'll give a shout out to my former teammate, Big X, Tristan Sherry. He's been elite. So
I don't think he's even a Smokey anymore. I reckon he'd be a favourite for
yeah,
All-Australian
Yep.
ruckman.
Yep. He's a really good guy. Works really hard and just an honest and reliable footballer.
Yeah.
And love playing with him. So hope the big man's well, and hopefully he gets a nod.
Nice.
Smoky, maybe Mac Andrews. Serious. He's had a great. He's had a very
Explain
good
what
year.
you- yeah.
I reckon he's going to be
I'm not
going.
taking the piss either. Yeah.
What's wrong?
He's kicked 8 goals in his career and 4 on the weekend.
Is
What-
that right?
That doesn't mean he's what? It's not Smoky. What?
So
so lost
clearly,
here.
it's so clearly a dig.
No, I reckon he's a gun.
He
He
is
actually
a
is a
gun.
gun.
Torched us. He was
Yeah.
very good against
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Fair enough.
He's going to be a very good player. So
Yeah.
I enjoy watching him as well.
Oh yeah, no, he's a star.
Shout out
Yep.
to Mac.
Mac.
Big Mac.
Yep.
So we need to wrap up.
Hey, I'm not allowed to talk anymore. Remember?
Yeah. We're just not allowed to
Patronise.
patronise if someone has a crack at it.
Yeah, sure.
So when Ben has a crack at it,
Yeah, exactly right. So just shut your mouth.
Oh, I'm not saying anything.
No, you make it awkward now. We're fighting for it.
I gave you so much clear air.
Yeah, but that was too much free air. Anyway, we are on Instagram and TikTok at Ben
do we
and
don't
Harry
have to say
Podcast.
anymore. Actually, while we're on this, we're on a new billboard.
Oh yeah, that's
I put that
right.
in the WhatsApp and no one really got around me.
Yeah, I was busy at the time. Where was it?
I thought it would have, the notifications would have lit up. I had to check that it delivered.
What do you want us to say?
Guys?
Yeah, awesome.
Guys, I said that we've got a new billboard.
Harry has removed himself from the
It's been a pleasure,
He said-
guys.
Wish you all the best going forward.
Leave a review, hit the bell, send
So
a DM.
If anyone does see it, it's on in St Kilda, just off Canterbury Road.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Would
So
love
if
a
anyone wants to
photo
take a photo,
if you see it.
we can get you
Drive
maybe an entry
safely,
into the.
yep.
Yeah. Always drive safety.
Safe what?
Always drive safety. We're gonna wrap up.
I'm so
this,
done
this is a mess. See you, boys.
Yeah.